Naveen Sharma, Executive Director of Gravita India, joins us. Now, Naveen, you got endorsement of one of the smartest, Indian investor, Manish Bhai. He's invested in your company. That's something which he shared with us. So I'm going to take the liberty of perhaps asking you a very basic question. For those who don't know Gravita, and after hearing Manish Chokhani, want to know more about Gravita, what do you do? What is your business? How big is your business?
Thank you. We are into recycling business, primarily in non-ferrous metal recycling. You must have heard about lead metal, which is used to run the world entire energy storage system of the globe. More than 50% is stored in form of lead acid battery. Lead acid batteries required for your automobile, inverter battery, UPS battery, solar power backup, industrial backup. So we started our journey with recycling of lead acid battery in India, and we are operating in 6 countries in Africa, apart from that one in Sri Lanka. So altogether, we are having a capacity of this particular lead acid battery recycling of 250,000 tons per annum. Post that, we also entered into another product, which is aluminium, that also generated from automobile. So aluminium recycling is our second vertical. And third, we also entered into plastic recycling. And of late, we have entered into rubber recycling, which is tire. So we will say mostly the component which are generated from an automobile, the battery is generated in the life of an automobile at least 5 times. Tires too also 4 to 5 times. And aluminium once the life cycle of an automobile get finished. Similarly, batteries from other sector, industrial, home application, inverter, these are being disposed of, and we convert them after recycling in a raw material which is again used by automobile battery manufacturers and other battery manufacturers. So this is a complete clear-cut example of sustainability and circular economy.
Okay, now why has your turnover gone up by almost 8 times in the last 4 years? What have you done?
Capacity expansion, and this being an hazardous waste, the transboundary movement is restricted. So what we decided, the countries where this movement cannot happen, we put a facility at those locations itself, and we are making finished goods over there and exporting the finished lead to India and other part of the world. So because of our capacity expansion, this has gone up. Then second thing, this scrap, particularly post-consumer scrap or post-industry scrap, is also regulated by the government because of its nature. And post GST and with the coming of EPR policies, there is a shift of recycling of this particular metal from informal to formal sector. So a small shift of 3 to 4% will generate huge volume. If I talk about India itself, we generate more than 1 million ton of battery scrap every year, particularly lead acid batteries, and not more than 45 to 50% is recycled in formal sector. So as soon as there are 2 policy interventions are going on, one was taxation, other one is Ministry of Environment and Forest brought some policy that how these products to be recycled, and all the manufacturers, producers of new batteries or importers are being told to fulfill EPR guidelines. The rules are under formations, so they have to fulfill whatever they sell. They have to get it either recycled or to buy EPR certificates. So I foresee that there is a huge scope as soon as these rules get implemented, and we foresee that lot of capacity expansion will take place, and there is a plenty growth in double digit in India itself.
Sharma, since all of your businesses are businesses of the future, right? Whether it be recycling of lead, aluminum, plastic, that's where the entire world is headed. Tell me, in the next 2 to 3 years, what part of your business is going to be your maximum revenue contributor?
We will be growing with our existing business with a CAGR of 25% in terms of volume, in terms of capacity, and we foresee all these businesses will grow together. Since we have highest capacity in lead acid battery, certainly the number in terms of percentage growth will be lower, but the aluminum base is, tire base is just we started begin in last 3-4 years. So the percentage terms, they will grow better, but entire business will grow with the same pace of 25% CAGR.
25% CAGR for the next 3 to 4 years. But Mr. Sharma, this entire transition that's happening in the automobile industry to electric vehicles, how are you gearing up for that? Because your exposure to the lead, battery recycling, etc., will come down, right?
I will not say it will come down, because there are many other sectors which are growing even faster than that. And even in EV, there is a lead acid battery. One lead acid battery is already there. So it is not going to vanish. And if we talk about EV growth, there is a growth in Europe and US market, but Indian market, the both IC engine and EV will coexist, because our market is so huge. There are infrastructure challenge of charging the EV batteries. But when it comes, because the life of a EV battery is almost 6 to 7 years. The major sale which have started of EV in last FY. So we foresee the batteries which will be available for recycling will not before 27, 28. And there we are also hearing that this EV battery will have another life for other applications like power backup, etc. So, but however, still we are gearing up for this particular EV recycling also. We have decided to have our capacity in Mundra plant, and that we will see as soon as raw material is available, we will start entering into this business also.
You have a capex of 600 crore rupees plus by FY26, Mr. Sharma, as we understand. How are you looking to finance all of this? Would you be raising funds?
It will be mostly from internal accruals.
Sir, managing lead as a recycled product itself is going to have challenges in terms of pollution control. How are you managing that? Because lead per se, what I understand, my understanding of the entire supply chain is that it is a metal when processed or touched creates a lot of carbon footprint.
No, this is a myth. Lead as a metal, if you touch it, even you lick it, it is not going to harm you. It is when it converts into battery and battery loses its life, it converts into some chemical called lead sulfate, because there is sulfuric acid in the lead acid battery. When you cut the battery, you break the battery in an environment which is not an industrial or environment friendly, then certainly these can leach into the water bodies or in our land, soil. So the collection, storage, transportation, that itself causes 80% damage. That's where we are talking to the policymakers, and now government is ensuring that these should be collected intact without spilling acid at the site where dealer is being collected battery from the consumers. When it comes to plant, it is certainly done in an environment friendly plant. We have an advantage over others because we are into project business also. We manufacture, take turnkey projects for complete recycling of lead acid battery, from crushing to refining. And we also supply plant and machinery to others. We have shipped more than 50 plants across the globe, and all our plants are being taken care by our own project division. So if recycling is done in environment friendly manner, proper design, it is not harmful, and metal touch will nothing impact anyone.
Right. Mr. Sharma, just before we let you go, could you just help us with the guidance in terms of your EBITDA margins? Are they likely to be around 12 to 13% going forward? And also in terms of the export business, that's seeing quite a bit of rapid growth. What's the outlook?
Our export is almost 50% of our total volumes. That will be continue to grow the same way. And when it comes to EBITDA margin, that is around range of 9 to 11%. And we remain optimistic to maintain it for another journey of 3 to 4 years.
Okay, Mr. Sharma, on that optimistic note, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us today. For the markets, it doesn't seem like we're going to hit that life high level soon enough, because the market is again taking a bit of a dip. In fact, we have moved into the red as we speak. So that all-time high level is definitely seeing a lot of resistance before we hit that.